Hello there, Will from Ninja here, bringing you another nerdy video. This is going to be a very quick video. Once again, as you can see, I'm face to face, no my masks. That's because, one, I have too much shit to do today, and secondly, my allergies are going haywire. That mask tends to exacerbate the issue because it collects a lot of dust and it's very hard to clean. And three, it makes it really itchy. Now, this is going to be a short review, basically, on Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Okay. Now, as anyone who's probably watching this and who's been on my channel, you would notice that I've been uploading Let's Plays of Assassin's Creed Odyssey fairly frequently over the past week, and I plan to do some more, especially over this weekend, now that I'm hoping to have a bit more free time. Drop that. And hopefully we'll get around to finishing the game. There's a lot of side quests and all that. The playthrough which I'm broadcasting has over 20 hours, folks. That's a lot. And I'm not even halfway through the order that would eventually become the Templars. I'm not even halfway through that, so I have no idea how much I am in terms of just story, you know. Oh, dogs are getting anxious, people are outside. Anyway, with that being said, I plan to continue it and I'm hoping to finish it. Now, on with the review, however. Within my I generally give like around 20 to 24 hours of gameplay to generally decide my opinion on a game. Even though I said my Let's Play is reaching hour 21 or 22, I have actually played way more than that. I have offline, due to my Xbox having such a bad Wi-Fi connection whenever I'm downstairs, away from my router upstairs, I generally have generally two saves. One is for offline play, one is for online play. And my online play has now reached 10 plus hours, so in total I've over 30 hours. And I've done way more side quests in that game than I have in this one. Now when I say, mind you, there's this weekly quest that's kicking my ass and it's annoying. But anyway, so, as an Assassin's Creed game, how do I rate it? 9 out of 10. And if I'm being extra harsh, maybe make that an 8 out of 10. If I'm being extra harsh, for no apparent reason. And then off air, so that 1 or 2 is me being hypercritical of the lip sync. That has bothered me. I feel like the game was meant to be played with possibly Greek with English subtitles. It feels like that, but that Greek is not an option for audio. It's actually, I believe it's Russian. That's one of the other audio options, which I found very strange. But nonetheless, the second one is just because, I haven't seen it. I have not seen it, but my friends have assured me there are plenty of bugs in the game, and most of it is the traditional graphics bug. Now, I have seen videos from PS4 users and PC users where it just goes completely bonkers. And again, I haven't seen it, but seeing as with the internet, people tend to exacerbate bugs and glitches in games. So it's not really them that I'm giving it too much of a hard time. For me, that would be maybe a 0.5. Give it because of the fact that there is that possibility that it is like that. But then again, the game has gotten several updates, and again, as I said, it has not happened to me. So therefore, I can't say 100%, but I have seen the footage. They could be non-patched games. I don't care. I just have to be honest. I have to acknowledge that those glitches are a thing. And so the rest of it just comes down to I was hoping there to be a bit more of a difference between the male and female character. I like what they're doing with it at the moment. I just wish there was a bit more of a difference. They seem to have pretty much mirrored lines, and to me that's a little bit of a See, that's what I liked about the idea of Mountain Blade Warband. What I liked about that game was if you chose to play as a female character, because the time it's set in, female characters weren't taken as seriously. Now I know this is Greece, so it's a very different. Greece was very progressive considering the time. Like, most of Europe was still seeing women as practically nothing, except for to be bartered with, whereas Greece, like, even Spartan women were shown respect and were given free education in gymnastics and whatnot, just so that they could potentially either be warriors themselves or produce warriors. So again, I have to be like, but yeah, I wish there was a bit more of a difference. I have about a male and a female character, so again, I have to see how it feels with both of them. They're both taking different approaches. Now, on with that. But as a core game, if this is your introduction to Assassin's Creed, I would have to say it's a 9 out of 10. Only because, like, there's enough there to make it its own standalone game, but there's not enough there. But there's still stuff there that you would have to go back and play Origins. Now, even though the game Odyssey was intended to release around the same time as Origins, if I remember correctly, or it was supposed to be the other way around, but that did not happen. So in the end, you would have to play Origins before you play this one, and that's because we have the new protagonist. We have the female archaeologist, and this game follows up pretty much. I don't know how much time has passed. They don't give you much of a date for the present time. Some significant time has gone by. She has updated her animus, her portable animus, sorry, and she has now fully joined the Assassins. Now, apparently, is because also she apparently convinced another member of Abstergo to join her. And also, it seems like with these new games, the Origins and Odyssey, particularly more Odyssey, we're delving more into the ancient civilization, the first civilization, as they're sometimes referred to as in Assassin's Creed verse. So we're delving more into them. So Origin dealt more with the actual the foundations of what created the Assassins and what founded the Templar Order. We found out that the father of understanding is actually Caesar. Like that, and the fact that was alive leading. I thought it was like some sort of one of the first civilization people. I'm just going to use a term from another book. I thought it was one of the elder that was leading the Templars in the background. No, it wasn't. Their mantra, "May the Father of Understanding guide us." That's basically them referring to Caesar as like Caesar guide us. So it's a bit of a well. And whereas this one seems to be now that game Origins focused on those, whereas this game seems to be more focusing on the actual ancient civilization. We get a new piece of Eden, the Staff of Hermes, and I'm looking forward to seeing what that can do. The game has already stipulated some stuff about it, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm not going to give any spoilers. Don't worry, I'm trying to make this as spoiler free as possible. Because since I'm experiencing the game being so long, and I've been playing it non-stop, folks, I've been playing it non-stop, and since it's so long for me, I can only imagine there's some people out there who is still playing it. So, trying to make this spoiler free. Now, as I said, as part of the franchise, it's again, this is scoring at least 8 and above in everything. The graphics, maybe I would put it below 8, maybe a bit 7 or 6. Not too phenomenal, but not to look your nose down at. Let's see what else. What can I cover? Interesting. The research. Sorry, yeah. Now, here we go. Here's the nut and cranny of all Assassin's Creed games. The research. Did they do research into the thing, and how accurately are they getting some of their history? Now, again, this is ancient history we're talking about. Things are in the grey area, and Ubisoft, we all know Ubisoft loves grey areas in history, so that they can, you know, tweak it and work it into their narrative. I would have to give it a 9 out of 10. There's some bits there that I'm unsure of, but for the most part, it's pretty good. For example, Hercules, as we all know him, in this they're actually pronouncing him by his proper title, Heracles. For me, that is yay. But yeah, I like how they're properly calling him Heracles. And let's see what else. Oh, here's another reason why it doesn't get the perfect score. The trailer, one of the trailers I watched, for the most part, that I saw a lot, was they kept making it out that you had to choose between Athens and Spartans. Maybe that is true. Maybe there is somewhere down the storyline where that is true. But for the most part, it is not. And the only sense that you get to choose between Sparta and Athens is that on the Greek map, the character revolves around you being a mystios, a precursor, I believe, to the mercenary, or in some cases they actually just call you mercenary. So I think mystios translates to mercenary. Hey, stop. Sorry, folks. My next day is getting construction work done, and the dogs can see the construction workers, and it's making angsty. But yeah, that's your main profession. And also your character sort of rated as in terms of mercenaries. Now the mercenaries constantly regenerate. The mercenary, like when your character does stuff, instead of like bounty hunters coming after you, it's the mercenaries coming after you. So they constantly regenerate, which can lead to you getting some really good gear. But at times, though, it seems like they go higher and higher in level. It depends on what tier they send after you. For example, low bounty level, they'll generally send like tier 9 or tier 10 after you and so forth. But eventually, I imagine once you reach that point, like it started happening to me last night. I was trying to get the max bounty achievement, and someone that was 3 levels higher than me started showing up when I reached about tier 4 bounty. And that was a really tough fight, and it turns out I couldn't even recruit the person, so I was like, shit. Anyway, so yeah, as I said, it's some of those minus things that will give it a lower score is the fact that, oh, sorry, that was a bad tangent, sorry about that, folks. Yes, the whole Athens and Sparta thing, you don't get to pick, but you do in the sense of if you want to earn extra money, gear as well, like epic gear and whatnot. There's also a special currency you can earn. You can weaken a region's leadership, which will be between Sparta and Athens. You will weaken those regions, their grip on a region, until then eventually you get like a battle. And then in that battle, you have to choose whether you want to defend or attack. If you attack the region, you're joining whatever region is attacking them. For example, if a Sparta controls a thing, if you choose to attack them, you're joining with the Athens to take over. Now, you generally get more gear for taking territories. It's better to attack a territory than it is to defend it. But I'm sure there's reasons why they would make it so that you can defend them. So yeah. There's that. So your character is a mystios. You have no loyalties. I'm a little bit disappointed in that. I thought it was going to be like a proper war type of scenario where you had to choose a side, but but yeah, that's the reason why I would give it a low score. Okay, Other than that, as I said, folks, I'm trying to keep it as spoiler free as possible, so I'm struggling with that a little bit. But no, this is just an amazing game, folks. It's absolutely enjoyable. As I said, I'm 20 plus hours in my main in one playthrough, and to be honest with you, I haven't even hit the edge of the iceberg. There's also daily quests and weekly quests. Now, here's where there's the biggest improvement. You might remember in Origins, they had daily quests in it, where a chance for you to always get at least epic gear or legendary, with a small chance for legendary, sorry. In this, and remember, in Origins, you have to go to find one merchant with a camel. He will wander around. He will always spawn somewhere on the map, but you have to find him. And then you can then spend either the special currency or do a quest for him, and you'll get gear. But you can only do the quest once, and you have a time limit. This time, they have mission boards all scattered all throughout. Now, mission boards are a way to also pick up some other quests that don't always have to be tied into the daily or weekly quests, but you can pick up other quests that way. And then, when you do, when you complete them, sometimes you don't have to go anywhere. They will just come up like bing, your thing completed. So yeah, it's a good way. And now the merchant he has a fixed position in the world. It's not too far. Like, it's like the second port. If you're following only the story now, folks, he is the third port that you arrive at. You start off on California, then you go to Mephala. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation, folks. For any Greek fans out there or people who played Odyssey, I do apologize. And then you go to Focus, I think it is. But anyway, it's the third island. It's the third port. Sorry, that you go to, and it's just very interesting. Like, he sells some of its usual gear. It's some legendaries that you can either find out in the wild. He also sells some of the gear from the special store where you can spend real life money to get the Helix credits, which they can then use to buy that gear, which always starts off at its lowest tier. So that way you'll have to actually spend money to upgrade it. So it's not paid to finish the game early. It's paid to get legendary gear early, but yeah, it's still, that gear still comes in at low level. So you have to spend money to upgrade it. The engraving seems fun. I like also this game has a lot more RPG to it. There's here we go. Here's another reason why I gave it and that as the highest score. Your characters this is a fairly early game, so I don't consider this actual spoiler. Okay, folks. Now for me, spoilers are things that happen just before the halfway point or onwards. This happens when you find this out within the first hour. So for me, the first 2 hours of a game, it does not matter. Unless the game is a shower, in which case 2 to 1 hour could actually be a spoiler. So that's why generally I give it a time limit or a progression bar type of situation. Anyway, your character is a Spartan. You're Spartan raised, you're Spartan trained by your father. In this game, you might notice, folks, there's a significant lack of your character using shields in the trailers. There's a reason for that. You do not use a shield. You're a Spartan that does not use a shield. However, you can use spears, which is funny because instead of the hidden dagger, we have the Spear of Leonidas. It's not Leonidas. That's how we pronounce it. The Greeks pronounce it Leonidas. Leonidas. Anyway, the Spear. I'm not going to pronounce it the way we Caucasians generally pronounce it. Well, I'm sorry. No, Greek is Caucasian. The rest of the world pronounces it for the most part. We're pronouncing it wrong, but that's how we pronounce it. The Spear of Leonidas. You have that instead of a hidden dagger. Like, instead, it's not hidden like it is in Origins. Like, it doesn't have the strap thing. You just literally take it off your back and then stab with it. Yeah, shank with it. It's only part of the spear. It has the hilt, a bit of the shaft still, and it has the spear bit. But yeah, you use that. And So, you have a broken spear tip, but you can equip a full spear, so you'll be using double spears. I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I was heavily disappointed by this. Their reasoning was they wanted this character's fighting style to be distinctive compared to the Assassin's Creed Origins character. You know what? I wish they did. I wish they fucking reversed them. I really wish that Origins had this character's fighting style, you know, the whole dual wielding of a weapon, you know, spears, because, like, again, their weapon selection is the exact same. Now, Odyssey has some other weapons, like, for example, there's variations on sights. There's sights that use the sort of spear type of, you know, animation, but then there's also sights that use the heavy blades. I find that very interesting. But either way, there's way more weapons in this game than there was in Origin. It's just that I think they have like the same categories though of the weapons. There's more weapons within the categories, but they're still, you know, within that category, with the exception of shields. But I still would have loved to be a goddamn Spartan with a shield, like, you know, oh. I was heavily disappointed, folks. I really wish they would have reversed them. But okay. Moving on. But yeah, folks, this is basically my review. As you can tell, I love the game. Do I believe it's flawless? No. There are flaws. Every game has flaws. Every game will always have flaws. No matter how advanced we make the technology, there will be flaws. And also, because of things like YouTube and Vines and highlight reels, I honestly believe that the glitches are being exacerbated way beyond what happens. Like, look what happens with Mass Effect Andromeda. People kept saying, like, because people were putting up on YouTube and all that, oh, look at these bad graphics and all that, and look at what happened to this facial animation. When I got Andromeda on the launch day, and there was a day one patch, I patched my game, and I saw nothing. I did not. That's what wraps my head around a lot of these like online reviews, like, or just like my friends love this highlight reel, and they're like, "Oh, Jason, look at this, one of your favorite games." I'm like, okay, so someone got a glitch or a bug. So what? I haven't. So just because people tend to over-exaggerate the bad qualities of a game lately, and I don't understand why. Either way, I fucking love this game. Not its faults and all. Now, mind you, as I said, I haven't experienced any of those faults except for some of the more logistical stuff, such as you being a Spartan and not being able to use a shield. Oh, anyway. I'm looking forward to getting the expansion. I plan to get the expansion. It's going to revolve around Atlantis, and I cannot wait for that. But yeah, other than that, it's just an amazing effing game. Oh, anyway, as I said, I hope to get more to you over the weekend. I still need to. There is a Lunar Guard Adventures video that I plan to export to YouTube. It's just that I'm struggling to come up with a title. I had to export at some point, but it may be set to private until I can give it a title, because I don't have a paid Twitch account, so therefore I'm not allowed to have videos up there indefinitely. I eventually have to take them down, or they automatically get deleted. I plan to I'm going to actually check through my videos on Twitch anyway to see what videos are up there, and I have to then export them to YouTube, and then I'll keep them private until I sort them out. Because I'm trying to spread out, because I'm so busy lately with between Ludo Sport Practice, D&D, trying to get some Let's Plays out. It's just becoming very chaotic, and I'm trying to spread out my videos more often, so that there's like at least I'm going to try and make it so that there's a video a day, even if I have way more videos on my YouTube account. I'm going to try and start exporting my videos way more often, start do more of my videos more often, export them. Like, this video will be uploaded straight away, But in terms of my Let's Plays and my Lunar Guard videos, I'm going to try and keep them to the point where I can have a video a day. There's some other videos I need to get back into doing, and I know I keep saying that, folks. That's just, as I said, I'm managing so many D&D games lately, and it's just trying to prepare all that. And again, there's also the Star Wars game that's this weekend. I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, because I'm busy with so many other stuff, it's just getting away from me, and I'm just like, oh god, no. So yeah. Alright. Final verdict on Assassin's Creed. As overall, I gave it different reviews depending on different things you're looking at the start. As an Assassin's Creed game, 8 to 9 out of 10. Not a perfect 10. Okay? Keep that in mind, folks. Not a perfect 10. As a game for historians, or people who just love history, 8 out of 10. Actually, no, 7 to 8 out of 10. Again, that's maybe some bias. I'm not too sure. Greek history was not my strongest, but again, I feel like they may have made some mistakes there and here and there. Again, if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. That's actually no. Make it a 7 to 9. I believe it can get to that 9. I do honestly believe that. So it's just that I have to leave room for scrutiny, because again, as I said, I am not a history buff for Greek history, so therefore I have to leave that open. Okay, in my opinion, 7 bare minimum. They did their fucking research. I can tell that. And there's even like a short video on YouTube about them how the amount of research they did to reconstruct Athens of all places. So therefore, I'm being honest, I'm giving it its fair share of points. Now, animation, graphically, and all that stuff. 7 to 8 out of 10. It could have been better. I'm being honest with you, it could have been better. As I said, there's some lip sync issues. Sometimes what they're saying does not match the animation or whatever. Okay. And let's see here. A game for Assassin. I already did that one. A game for those just a fan of mythology and all that, like particularly Greek mythology and all that. Definitely a 9 out of 10. Definitely. It could be bumped up to 10, but that'd be more for if it had the stuff that they clearly plan with the expansions later on. So, now, as a game in general, I would give it an 8 out of 10. So yeah, folks, as you can see, as you can see, folks, I'm giving it 9s, 8s. Like, it's scoring definitely 7+, but on average 8. And again, I just love this Assassin's Creed. People in the comment section, if you feel like I'm being biased, sure, call me biased. But it's just that this is what these reviews are. Like, again, I've judged things that I love very harshly. It's like, hell, when people start trashing, when people start talking love about the original Star Wars trilogy, I give them shit. Like, like the original trilogy is not that good in terms of, now it stood the test of time. Yes, it's still an enjoyable movie, but like, I will give that its negative feedback. I don't, because again, that's how things learn. I'm not going to give something shit for just to be considered non-partisan. I give them their just dues, I believe. But yeah, this is absolutely an amazing game. Now, folks, I haven't eaten breakfast. It's now 10:30 in the morning. I woke up at 8:30, 2 hours ago, got my brother to school, got him his breakfast. I went for a short walk, had a shower, and I'm so clean. And now I am starving. This is Will for Ninja, sign out. May the force be with you, and remember, roll for initiative.